Hi, my friends. Welcome to virtual indoor cycling. Jump on, saddle up. Make sure you got a full water bottle. If you have cycling shoes and cycling shorts, it's going to help you out. But we're just on this bike today for 30 minutes. This is a cadence ride or a rhythm ride. I'm in the RPM mode on this bike, and I'm going to stay there the whole time. You'll be able to watch the lights on the front of the bike. And green means that I'm in, let's see, let me look at the exact numbers. So green, I'm 60 to 80. Yellow, I'll be from 81 up to 99. The orange zone is when we go between 100 and 110, and that red zone is for over 110. So we're going to use that red zone very, very sparingly as we ride through all of these RPM zones. Right now, if you are following my legs, you're riding visually with me, or by the sound of the music, we're at 75 RPMs. Here for our warm-up. Got a short little warm-up song here. And then we're gonna jump right in. So the name of this ride is Rewards. So I want you to just think about that for 1 second. There's a reason you got on your bike today. You are motivated by some kind of a reward. What is that? Are you rewarded when you burn calories, when you sweat and detox, when you let go of some stress? Are you rewarded because exercise helps you sleep better at night and live better in your skin? Maybe it's all of the above, huh? All right, so we're gonna slow the pedals down a little bit and add some resistance to the wheel. We're at 60 RPMs. Again, you can watch my legs. You can listen to the beat if you don't have a console in front of you. This will be the easiest ride to follow if you don't have the numbers, because it's all driven by the beat of the music all the way through. So in this song, I'm going to get you standing. So put a little bit more on the wheel, enough to hold your body weight. Let's stand and walk. Whenever we stand, I like to bring the hands forward, a little more stable, kind of reach out, but the hips are going to stay back over the saddle. Front to middle of the saddle. So I'd like you to start to notice that you're moving into moderate intensity. You added a little bit of resistance, you got up out of the saddle. And so even though the lights are green, those lights are just the speedometer today. They're not telling you how you feel. So how do you feel? Moderate intensity is about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. You can breathe easy. You're comfortable. You could do this for a long, long time, as long as you have water and you had a good breakfast. Each time your knee comes up, I want you to just feel that crease in your hips, your hip flexor, folding and extending. So the action comes from the hips, and then from the hips, I want you to just lengthen through the crown of your head, find a really tall spine. Wrap the muscles in, like knit the muscles in like you have a very tight shirt on or a tight belt around you. Transverse abdominis. hugging in muscles. So are you already reaping some of the rewards of showing up? We've been writing about 7 minutes. Usually in those first few minutes, I just notice a shift. I notice a mind shift. I get a little happier, a little less stressed out, a little less consumed with the to-do list. I'm feeling good. How about you? Are you getting some of the rewards already? So think of picking your knee up in front of you towards the handlebars and reaching your tailbone back. Change your hand position just a little so you don't get all locked up and tight. Check in with your breath. Good job, you guys. Now we're getting ready to sit and get a little bit of hard work going on. So yay! Drop your hips to the saddle. Let's keep the resistance right where it is. And we'll try to go a little bit faster, up to about 70 RPMs. We'll be here for 4 minutes, and it should feel like you have just rolled onto a hill. We didn't really have to change that resistance much. We just got a little faster in the pedals. So, if this still feels comfortable, like you could do this all day, consider a tiny bit more resistance. And my light should stay green, even though I'm working hard, because I'm still in the lower range of pedal strokes. Loosen up through your neck. Turn your head to look at the riders on your left and the riders on your right. Maybe they're imaginary. Shoulders down. Sit tall. Right with my legs, right with the beats. 70 RPMs. This should feel challenging to you. Knit those muscles in together. So imagine you've got this belt and it's just sucking in while you sit even taller. So it's not in and around, it's in and up. Try that on. There you go. Cycling is a push activity. Every pedal stroke is a push forward. So even though you're on a stationary bike, it feels like you would be moving forward in space. Each song of this ride, we add 10 RPMs. So chances are you're gonna come to a place where you can't quite hold the prescribed RPMs. And that's okay, because what you're gonna do is just try. You're gonna do your best and hold on. Your most sustainable cadence for a length of time. Right now, we're 70, and it's hard. You can still breathe. Loosen up those hands. Sit even taller. Are you ready to make it even more challenging? Say yes. All right. We get to go up to 80. Keep breathing. We'll keep the resistance right where it is for now. Belly firm. Put that belt around you. All right, I was a little premature on my cue, but now we're going to 80. Okay? So, fun times ahead of us. Start to pick up your pace. 80 RPMs. Now you might see my lights bounce a little bit, green to yellow. I'm right at the kind of cutoff place. Green goes 60 to 80. Yellow starts at 81. So if I want to be with the music and it's right at 80, it's going to toggle back and forth. So don't be alarmed. Your job is to pedal 80 RPMs if you can with resistance on the wheel. We are here for 3 minutes. Now I'm going to call this threshold. I'm going to call this right at that sustainable edge. If you've done an FTP test, you are at your FTP right now, which means you could hold this if you had to for 20 minutes, but it would be extremely uncomfortable. If you worked any harder, you would be breathless. You'd be up into that anaerobic zone. And we're gonna find that one next in short bursts. After that, we get to recover. We got one big blast to the finish line and we are done. That's the way this ride goes. So threshold, somewhere at the top of hard intensity. Let's call it 85% of your heart rate max. It's up there. It's just not quite breathless. All right, rewards. Have you gotten any already? Maybe you have some long-term goals. Maybe you're training for something, and that's the reward. To be ready for an outdoor ride, a specific mountain bike ride, maybe some other event like running, lifting. Maybe your reward is a ways down the road. But it's made up of smaller rewards on the way to it, yeah? So let's think about those. As a result of doing this today, how will the rest of your day be better? That's a reward. Making a commitment to consistent exercise. How will your week be better if you get your workouts in as planned? Change your hands, bend your elbows, wiggle it out. Sustaining 80 RPMs. You'll be happy to know that we get to move up into orange next. Keep breathing. I lied again. Dang it, I don't have the scale memorized well. We will be up in this next song coming up to 90 RPMs, but the lights are gonna stay yellow. Sorry about that. I have it right here. Should know it better. Okay, friends, here's what we're gonna do. 90 RPMs. We've got 2 intervals in this song. One is 20 seconds and one is 40 seconds. The challenge is keep 90 RPMs, add resistance. Core engaged, spine tall. 90. We are at threshold. We're ready to go over for 20 seconds. Are you ready? Your job is to keep your cadence, add resistance. Let's go. Add it on. Make it a struggle. Your legs don't change. The lights don't change. Intensity changes. Stay with me right here. It's only 20 seconds. Drop a little. Keep your legs going. We'll do that again in about a minute. Next time, 40 seconds. So for me, the rewards are built in. Even when I get a plan, I put it in my calendar, I schedule a class, I feel the rewards of that choice. It just feels good, doesn't it? And then you walk in and you saddle up, you put on your shoes. There's another reward of like, yes, here I go. I'm doing this. And right now, 20 minutes in, doing this. Add that resistance. Let's go. 40 seconds. Try to keep your 90 RPM steady, but you really have to push against your resistance. Heart rate goes up. You're way over your FTP now. Lights haven't changed. That's just your speedometer. You're going the speed limit. All right, you did it, folks. Drop some resistance. Now, we're gonna go light resistance and move on up as close as you can get to 100 RPMs. If I can stay here, I'm in the red zone. If you're bouncing in the saddle, tighten up a little bit. But what I'd like you to do is notice going back down into moderate. Legs don't change. Resistance changes. And you're coming back down to where it's easy to breathe. You might feel a burn in your legs, but your lungs and your heart are gonna come back to moderate. So let me just take a moment right here for some practical application. As a Schwinn master trainer, some education. In cycling today, we're seeing a lot of super fast pedaling. And if you ever ride outdoors, You know that the only time you would be pedaling this fast is if you were on a super steep hill, believe it or not, and you had to be in the lightest gear. So fast pedal speeds are actually the least efficient way to cycle. It's kind of like riding a bike without a chain. It does feel good to flush the legs out like right now. And there is a little burn, but it's not an efficient burn. It doesn't carry rewards with it. It's kind of just movement. So I just want to point that out, that in order for this to be really spiking your heart rate and giving you your watts, your results, your rewards, you've got to match pedal speed with some resistance. So that's what we're going to do next, our last song. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. You can consider this a 2-minute time trial. If you have the ability, you can measure the distance you go in 2 minutes. The goal is as fast as you can pedal with resistance. So it's way up there at threshold, hard and fast for 120 seconds. What you say? Breathe. Notice what you're feeling. So I'm feeling all the muscles in my legs. My heart rate is back down to moderate. You can tell by my voice, it's easy for me to talk here. I'm at about 80% of my FTP, which is not much. And my watts, I could light up a nice 100 or so watt light bulb by my bed, but that's it. I'm really not working very hard. So keep that in mind as we go to the next song. When we will really try to work hard, we'll just add resistance to what we're already doing. All right, are you ready? Say yes out loud, or hell yes, or heck yes, whatever your vocabulary allows. Say yes. Dang it, now I'm gonna have to put explicit on this video. Maybe it'll sneak by, we'll see. Shake things out, friends. We've got 2 minutes of intense work ahead of us, and then we're done. All right, on your mark, get set, go. Close your eyes, feel your speed. Give me what you've got. You're riding for reward. Really dial up resistance. Don't make this easy. Don't make this moderate. Don't even make it hard. Make it threshold or higher. Go a little harder than your FTP, your functional threshold power. You don't know what that is? Rewind a few videos and I'll take you through a little test. It's as hard as you can work for a little over another minute. Come on, friends. How fast can you turn your pedals with resistance? It's a struggle. The rewards are great. The harder you work, the greater the rewards. That's truth, yes? Come on. Do not give up. It's not too hard. It's hard. But it's not too hard. It is hard. It's not too hard. Say it over and over. Engage all of your center. Sit a little taller. Put a little more force on those pedals. We are close. Come on. Woo! We are close. And we're done. Let's taper off a little bit. Try to come down in the 90 range. Take some deep breaths. Watch as those colors come back down. And then slow it down a little bit more. Let's come down into the green zone under 80 RPMs. Just let your heart slow. Let your breath come back. Tapering down. Resistance is lightening. Slow your legs down. Come into the 70s and sit tall. Let your arms hang and shake out your hands. Circle your wrists. Swing your arms, bend your elbows, touch your shoulders, and swing your arms. Let that become a bigger swing, up and back. Open your arms wide, stretch your chest. Hands behind you. Slow your legs. Go ahead and come up. Stand on your pedals, reach forward. Let your hips shift forward. So feel a little stretch in that front hip flexor. Lift your chest, push back a bit, and then shift all the way back. Calves and hamstrings. And with soft knees, come up and switch hips forward. Take a little back bend, lift your heart, and shift. So my friends, thank you for joining me for a 30-minute ride. I hope you enjoyed going through those zones of cadence, rhythm, RPMs. Just another fun way to train. Please join me again for another ride, and let's just keep getting the rewards of this amazing activity. Have a fabulous day. Bye.